Hey there, Daniele here, and welcome to this masterclass on how to create historical shorts that you can upload on YouTube or any other social media. I will show you now an example of what I mean with historical shorts. Then we will start with the masterclass. Here is an example that you can find on YouTube.
People could not be arrested in ancient China? In 200 BC, the emperor Qin Shi Huang was just 4 feet 11 inches.
As you see, the videos are pretty simple, but they get a ton of views and likes and engagement. So to create them, we will follow some steps. The first one is to create the script inside of a software like ChatGPT. The free version is totally fine. Then we will generate the images for the video with an AI image generator. You can use a free one like leonardo.ai, for example. You can create a free account, but I prefer to use Midjourney, which is the best one around, in my opinion. And I really suggest you take the road to use Midjourney yourself because it costs only $10 a month and it is the absolute best one. Then we will need to create the AI voiceover and we will use 11 Labs, which is a software which has also a free plan, which is the one I'm using. So it is perfectly fine. Then we will find the music. You can simply go on YouTube and search for royalty free. Then we will download the music. And finally, we will edit the video with CapCut, which is a free editing tool. You can use the browser version or you can have the downloaded software as I have. It is the same exact thing, so do as you prefer. Let's start by creating the script for the video. I prepared a prompt for you that you can use to make ChatGPT create the script, or you can write something similar to this one. I basically wrote, give me a script for a video with a curious, real historical fact that will engage and interest people. Give many details about the story, making it 2-3 paragraphs long. I click enter. Let's see what ChatGPT creates. Now he created the entire script, which is the tale of the Great Emo War. This is great. Now, after we have created the script, we need to create the scenes because the video will be divided in different AI images that will correspond to the scenes. So I can ask him something like in this second prompt that I prepared for you, which is divide the story in different scenes which will correspond to AI generate images. For each scene, give a prompt that I can input into Midjourney to generate the image. The images will not contain text. This is because Midjourney is not so good yet to insert text in images. He's dividing it in some scenes. He divided it in 9 scenes, which is good. Now we simply have to take every prompt and insert it in Midjourney. The first one, for example, is serene Australian landscape with rolling hills and wildlife. We can simply copy the prompt and insert it in Midjourney, or again, leonardo.ai if you prefer to use it, but Midjourney is the best. We can use the command imagine, which is the one to make Midjourney generate images. Paste the prompt, and I also suggest that you insert this command here, which is line AR 9 column 16. This will make Midjourney create the image in vertical format. So you're already done to upload them on social media. Sorry, not social media, but to edit the video. Let's wait that he generates everything. Then we will simply repeat the process with all the scenes. Now I'm doing it for the first scene, then I will do also the other scenes, but I will cut the video and not bother you with the entire process. Then we will start the video again after I generated all the images. Here's the first one that is currently being generated. Keep in mind that sometimes you have to edit a bit the prompt that ChatGPT gave you. For example, the second one is agricultural field under attack by a group of emus during a drought. This is good. Frustrated Australian farmers watching their crops being destroyed by emus. Okay. But sometimes you can find strange prompts because ChatGPT is not perfect, obviously. You have to take a look at them before pasting them in Midjourney, but it's really basically all done for you by ChatGPT, the main part. Okay, now we finished creating the images. We can select the one that we like the most, like for example, this fourth one, I like it. I click the command U4, which means upscale the image, because this is the first, this is the second, this is the third, and this is the fourth. You can upscale it so it is in better quality. Then I click on it, and I simply save it to my computer, and I can use it later on for my video. Then again, as I said, I repeat the process for all the scenes. With the second one, agricultural field under attack, etc. I again paste it in Midjourney with the command imagine. I add the prompt, the parameter AI 9 column 16, and I let AI generate everything. Now I'll stop the video and restart it when I've done creating all the images with this same process. Okay, I just finished generating a set of images as you see here. I have plenty of them. Now I want to generate the voiceover for our video, which will narrate the script, basically, the ChatGPT created for us. Here is the script. Now ChatGPT divided it with these kind of lines, but we want to eliminate them. Also this narrator VO, we want to delete that. So simply copy the plain script inside of 11 Labs, which is the software that will create the voice for us. In the annals of history, there are battles that are legendary, etc., etc. Then we paste the second part, which is this one. It will begin with Australian farmers. Then the final part, which is this one. Then we need to select a voice. We can select, for example, one of the pre-made free voices, like this one, Daniel, which is also my name.
The world is round, and the place, which may seem like the end, may also be the beginning.
Okay, we select the voice. Voice setting, we leave it as it is. Let's search, let's generate and see the preview.
In the annals of history, there are battles that are legendary for their heroism and valor. But have you ever heard of a war where the enemy was not human, but rather a flightless bird? Welcome to the extraordinary tale of the Great Emu War, a bizarre and comical conflict that unfolded in Australia in 1932. It all began when Australian farmers faced a peculiar problem, a massive influx of emus migrating in search of food during a drought.
Okay, maybe it is too long for the format of a short, so we can go back in ChatGPT and ask him to rewrite it a little bit shorter. Rewrite the script a bit shorter. It should fit a 60 seconds long video. Okay, he rewrote it again. Let's simply copy it again in 11 Labs. By the way, you can also ask ChatGPT to here, where I asked him to rewrite the script a bit shorter. I could have asked to write it in a single paragraph, so it wouldn't have added these kind of dividing lines. But now let's copy what it gives to us. Oh, this is already there. Let's copy everything, then I will delete these parts. However, this one. Okay, let's generate the script, the voiceover, sorry.
In 1932, Australia witnessed an unexpected war, not against humans, but against emus. Facing emu invasions during a drought, desperate farmers requested military help. Armed soldiers marched in with machine guns, ready to protect crops. However, the emus proved to be formidable foes, swiftly evading bullets with their agility. The Great Emu War serves as a reminder.
Okay, as you see, now the voiceover takes 45 seconds, so it is perfect for YouTube short. We can simply download it. And now we have the images and the voiceover. Now we can select the music, simply go in YouTube and search for royalty-free historical background music or something similar. Let's hear some example. This one, for example. Okay, let's assume that we want to take it. We simply copy the URL of the video and we go in a free software like freemake.com. Simply search on Google YouTube downloader and you will find plenty of them. You copy the URL and you click on download now. Okay, so now we selected MP3, click on download now. And here, download. And you should have an MP3 file when it is done. Then finally, after we have created the script, the voiceover, the images with Midjourney, and we have the music, we can go in CapCut and start adding all our media files. First of all, we want to add the voiceover, which is this one generated by 11 Labs. Simply drag and drop it here. And we also can insert all of the images. Then after the download will be done for the music, we will also add it. Simply insert the
In 1932,
voiceover
Australia
as the first element in the line. And then we can start listening to it and putting images in the video, basically. If you click Ctrl and you roll up with the mouse, you can enlarge the video or select this cursor to make the timeline more extended. Now let's hear to it and add the images.
In 1932, Australia witnessed an unexpected war, not against humans, but against emus.
Okay. Until here, we can put this image, which represents emus, and we can simply drag it until this point. Then here.
But against emus.
Until here, sorry.
Facing emu invasions during a drought, desperate farmers requested military help. Armed soldiers marched in with machine guns.
Okay, so until around here.
Armed soldiers.
We put the second image of the farmer seeing the field destroyed by the emus till here. And then we can add the third one with the soldiers.
Armed soldiers marched in with machine guns, ready to protect crops. However, the emus proved to be formidable foes, swiftly evading bullets with their agility. The Great Emu War.
Here we can put the image of the emus swifting the bullets.
The Great Emu War serves as a reminder that even the most well-intentioned actions can lead to unexpected.
Here we can put this image.
Can lead to unexpected outcomes. Join us to explore this bizarre chapter in history, the Great Emu War.
We enlarge it.
Expected outcomes.
Here we add this one.
Join us to explore this bizarre chapter in history, the Great Emu War, where nature's tenacity clashed with human ingenuity.
And here we can add this other image. This is just an example. Obviously, you can play a lot with the images generated and the text. Now that we have put the images over the text, we can start putting also the music. Let's see if finished the download. This one. Yes, okay. We put the music also inside, and we add it to the timeline.
In 1932, Australia witnessed...
It is too high, so we simply drop here the volume of the music, or we can drag here the cursor to lower the volume a lot.
An unexpected war, not against humans, but against emus.
Okay, we can lower it a little bit more.
Facing emu invasions during a drought, desperate farmers requested military help. Armed soldiers marched in with machine guns, ready to protect crops.
Okay, let's assume that we are done. Okay, here we can cut the music with the command Ctrl B and take out this second part by cancelling it. We can reduce the music until it finishes with the video. I can also add a fade effect to the music by dragging this little dot here. As you see, we have a fading effect, fade out. So now the music finishes with a fade out.
Emu war, where nature's tenacity clashed with human ingenuity.
Exactly. Now that we have the images, the audio file, the voiceover, and the music inserted, we can add the subtitles over the video so people can follow along. And then we will add some effects to make the video animated and more enjoyable. First of all, we will need to click here on text, then on auto captions. This will generate the caption in English in automatic. Now, after we generated the captions, we want to make them prettier, so we can enlarge them. Now they are all selected. We can enlarge the fonts and maybe change also the font style. You can select something like that. Let's see. Yes, maybe we add a border, which is stroke black, and we can add a different color to the text, like a yellow maybe. Let's see, something like that. We can check out how it is, and we can add an animation to the text. For example, by going here in animation, we can select like this one, quick erase. Let's see how it works.
Not against humans. In 1932, Australia witnessed an unexpected war, not against humans, but against emus. Facing emu invasions during a drought, desperate farmers requested military help.
You can check out other animations and see for yourself which one you like the most. Let's check
Not
out
against
this
humans,
one. This is maybe better.
but against...
The typewriter one.
In 1932, Australia witnessed an unexpected war.
Yes, I like it more. So I leave the typewriter animation to the text. I can also, for example, put it in this way. Okay, I like it more like this. Now we want to make the video prettier by inserting animation and effects. Like for example, on this image, we can go in animation here and add a lot of elements.
In
rotating. Let's see.
In 1932, Australia...
Okay. Rotating, or let's check out some other effect like this one.
In 19...
We can change the duration so the effect is a bit longer. Let's
in 1932, Australia witnessed... In 1932, Australia witnessed...
This is the one I like.
An unexpected...
Then we can start playing with animation for each image. For this one, we used this animation. For this one, we can use some other animation or transition. For example, we insert here a transition, like a slide transition. Let's check out how it is. Yes, I like it. And I put it here.
Facing emu in
And this one, I will put it shaking, or let's check out some of those. I like this one, the zoom one. Let's see.
an unexpected war.
Here is the first
In 1932,
animation. Okay.
Australia witnessed an unexpected war, not against humans, but against emus. Facing emu invasion.
He didn't insert the zoom one. And maybe we need to make it a bit longer.
Facing emu invasions during a drought.
Or we can also add something else like this one, maybe.
Facing emu invasions during a drought. Desperate.
We can add also another transition for this one. Then we will also add some effects over the image. Let's select another transition like distortion. I'm just gonna play with everything to see this one is good. So I can put it here.
Armed soldiers marched in with machine guns.
Here we can take another animation, like the swing right. We can enlarge it a bit.
Armed soldiers marched in with machine. Armed soldiers marched in with machine guns, ready to protect
Here
crops.
we put another transaction for the next image. I like this one. So
However,
I put it here.
crops. However,
For this image here, I put something else. You need to play a lot to find what you like, but like this one. And I can enlarge the duration as always.
However, the emus proved to be formidable foes, swiftly
Then I
evading
add
bullets with their agility.
maybe a blur, a radial blur for this one.
The Great Emu War served
You can also enlarge the duration of the transition, obviously.
agility. The Great Emu.
This one we add another animation, like the zoom 2, and make it a bit longer.
The Great Emu War serves as a reminder that even the most well.
Now let's add a transition also here, and a final transition here in the last one. I'm going quickly just to make you see the process. Here I will add a shake.
Join us. Join us.
And for the last image, I can add something like this one.
The Great
Okay.
Emu War.
Now we added all the transitions and all the animations. We can add the effects to the images to make them prettier. This one is an image of these emus. I enlarge the effect
In
a bit.
1932, Australia witnessed an
And I want to add some effects. Let's see. For example, here we have this halo effect. Let's try to add it. See how it works.
Australia witnessed an unexpected war.
As you see, it is pretty great. Let's put it this way for the first one. And we can reduce it a bit because it is too much present.
In 1932, Australia witnessed an unexpected war, not against humans, but against emus. Facing emu invasion.
Here in the second image, we can add another effect. This one, maybe we can also copy and paste it if we want to replicate it, like for the last image. Just as an example, for this second one, we can add, since it is an image of a destroyed field, we can add something like, for example, clicking here and seeing the fire effect. Now it didn't load the preview for the effect, but let's try to add it.
Desperate farmers requested military
Great
help.
effect. Now let's add it to this image. It is perfect, and we enlarge it for the full image. So
Facing
like
emu
this.
invasions during a drought.
Now for the third image, which is soldiers, we can add something else like, let's see, steam. Let's try this one.
Ready to protect crops. However, ready to
Okay.
protect crops.
We can add it here to the third image. Okay, enlarge it to the full image, and we take out a bit of the intensity.
Marched in with
of
machine
the
guns, ready.
effect. Here we have the emus evading the bullets, and we can add something like flame frame. Let's see what it is. The program should load faster, but
With their
my computer
agility.
is a bit
The Great
slow
Emu
at the
War.
moment. No, don't like it. Electric border.
With their agility.
No, this
The
one.
Great Emu
explosion.
War. With their agility. The Great Emu War.
Okay, this one is great for the scene. I put the explosion effect for the whole scene, and I decrease the intensity. Decrease the intensity again. Here we can put something like this one. Let's see how it is.
Even the most well-intentioned actions can lead to Even the most well-intentioned actions.
Okay, let's put it in this image here and decrease the atmosphere. And then for this image, final image, we have the halo. And for this one, we can add something simple, or even leave it as it is. It is not necessary to add it. Let's try this one.
Us to explore this bizarre chapter in history.
Okay, let's add it to this image. We decrease it a bit. And here we have the edited short. We've put the images, the voiceover, the text. You have the effects, the transitions between the images and the animation. You see some images are spinning, some are fading in, and you have the music also. Now let's try to export it to see the final version. You click on export here, you give it a title, put it where you want, for example in the desktop, resolution 1080 is okay, you leave it as it is and you click on export. Now let's wait that it exports the video and we can check out the result. Here he asks you if you want to post it directly, but we simply click on cancel. Here is the result of our work. Let's see how it is.
In 1932, Australia witnessed an unexpected war, not against humans, but against emus. Facing emu invasions during a drought, desperate farmers requested military help. Armed soldiers marched in with machine guns, ready to protect crops. However, the emus proved to be formidable foes, swiftly evading bullets with their agility. The Great Emu War serves as a reminder that even the most well-intentioned actions can lead to unexpected outcomes. Join us to explore this bizarre chapter in history, the Great Emu War, where nature's tenacity clashed with human ingenuity.
As you see, it was a great result. You can apply this same process with other videos. Obviously, this was just an example video. You can create much more images from a single script. For example, you can make ChatGPT create more scenes and more images, and you can create more images in Midjourney to make the video even more full of interesting images. I just created 9 of them and insert here like 6 or 7 of them, but you can insert much more and make it more animated and interesting. This was just an example, but you see in that even just in some minutes we created a really great short that you can upload on YouTube, TikTok, or wherever you want. And this type of short get a lot of engagement. So I really hope you apply what I taught you in this masterclass, and see you in the next one. All the best.